Welcome to another edition of My Opinion here on My Opinion TV. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe, and click the notification bell so as soon as a video is released, you'll be one of the first to be notified. On My Opinion, we give you news, sports, and general activities happening in and around the world, especially in Jamaica. Now, today we have breaking news that relates to the killing of Tonya McDonald. She's the wife of popular Portland businessman Everton Beachy Stout, and a man confessed that he lured Tonya McDonald, the wife of popular Portland businessman Everton Beachy Stout McDonald, to a deserted roadway and watched as the man who he subcontracted took Tonya's life. This report was actually in the Gleaner. Denavalin Minot, 56, pleaded guilty in the Home Circuit Court on Monday for the role he played in the killing of Tonya McDonald on July 20. Minot was sentenced to 19 years in prison and ordered to serve 10 years before he gets paroled. Minot broke down in tears as he believed, he knew McDonald very well and he thought he had let her down. But, he was contracted by her husband, Beachy Stout, to commit this act. However, he subcontracted it out to another man called the Youth, who did the gruesome act. Well, he made his confession before a justice of the peace, and as I said, he was contracted by Everton Beachy Stout. He got $3 million based on what we're hearing. And Beachy Stout actually gave him the instructions how he wanted them to deal with her. For YouTube's sake, I can't be specific as it relates to some of the words. Minot said he gave the job to the Youth to take out Tonya. Minot said Tonya picked him up and he told her he was going to pick up another man in Port Antonio. The three men then traveled to Sherwood Forest. Now, while traveling to Sherwood Forest, Tonya said she said to them, this is Minot speaking, she said, "Where you are go? I'm afraid. It's around here dark." Minot then left the scene after everything. The guy committed the act and took Tonya's life. Minot then left the scene and called Beachy Stout, and he arrived on the scene to identify his wife's body on the car. Minot cried that Tonya believed in him so much and he had let her down, and he was sad to see her go this way. Well, no remorse at the end of the day. This remorse, he was crying, but at the end of the day, it was a wicked act, and Everton Beachy Stout must pay dearly for an act like this. I hope he stands up and give evidence. Beachy Stout and Barnes are reported to return to court on Friday. But as I said, it was all over the media that Beachy Stout, a wealthy businessman in Portland, he had control of the police down there. We saw police from the major investigating task force going to Portland and doing their investigation. And since this gruesome killing of Tonya, they have opened up the case, which his former wife, his first wife, was also taken out, and the cops have opened up that case. So it's interesting days ahead, and we would like to see what is going to come out of this. Beachy Stout will go to court tomorrow, and let's see if the other persons will come forward with all the information they have about this gruesome killing. But Minot, he couldn't hold it anymore. And you see, one thing we have to admit in life, there's something called conscience, and we have to live with that. And his conscience would not allow him to live with that, knowing the fact that he knows Tonya very well. And for Beachy Stout to pay for the death of his wife, I mean, he needs to pay in terms of his time with the justice system. A lot of persons reached out to me on social media and was giving me all kind of information, but you can't quote information unless you're certain about it. But definitely one thing for sure, Beachy Stout is wherever he is tonight, although he's in the custody of the police, his days are numbered based on what Denavalin Minot confessed to the court and told the court. Well, justice has served itself on Minot. He was contracted by Beachy Stout. He then subcontracted it out to somebody else to do the job. And at the end of the day, the wicked will never rest in peace. And God see the evil that was done and committed on this young lady. And at least some justice is coming to the forefront. Well, we'll have more on this development. But for now, take care of yourself, take care of your loved one. And always look out for your neighbor.